Okay, welcome back. Dr. Kabir Adamu, CEO Beacon Consulting Limited, is our guest this morning, as well as in studio here, Dr. Tony Ofoyetan, Director General, International Institute of Professional Security. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us and helping us to look at this old subject, but giving us sort of the latest, especially Dr. Adamu, weighing in with the statistics with which to contextualize what we're talking about. And in studio, Tony is saying that without prejudice to those excellent statistics that are provided, he's really afraid that will the knowledge of it do very much to address this situation, if I understood you properly, if we don't get bloody minded, in quotes, about the matter. Although, it's not exactly the way you expressed it, but you did say it's not rocket science, and there has to be a zero tolerance policy for this matter. But can we really go there? Because as Dr. Adamu was saying, given the size of our military, the size of our police, there's nothing that those ones can do in the final analysis without the subnational, heads and heads of government weighing in.
I agree to some extent. In actual fact, it's high time we started calling state governors to account. But one of the reasons why calling state governors to account, basically, is because they've not actually been empowered in its totality the way it ought to be. The state governor cannot issue an order, for example, to the commissioner of police in a state without the commissioner of police getting clearance from the police headquarters before implementing such order. And that becomes a big impediment to security execution, especially in this time and season. So there was a time when this present government talked about state policing. And surprisingly, I don't know what happened along the line, whether it's been jettisoned, whether it's KIV'd, whether it's been abandoned.
I think it is KIV. I think they're looking at it.
But whatever we think, security as it is today is such that must be departmentalized to the grassroots. It must be departmentalized to the grassroots. Whatever strategy we want to use. There are many paramilitary security agencies that are already on ground, that are doing playing the role of state policing. The only difference is that they've not been armed. In Lagos State, you have many of them. LASMA is there. Lagos State Safety and Neighborhood Watch, or what's the name, is there. The Vigilante Group of Nigeria is there. The Corps of Commissioners, they are all there. Now, these are people and organizations that government can use. Don't forget that NSCDC, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, used to be a volunteer organization until the government of Obasanjo decided to bring them in and say, concentrate on protection of national critical infrastructure. And of course, then subsequently extended it to them regulating the activity of private security organizations in Nigeria. So, you see, it's not a matter of whether they have the right numerical strength or not. We have organizations and paramilitary organizations that can play, some complementary roles, either in intelligence gathering, either in information and all those stuff like that. They can even play the role of pace setters, the role of pointers. They know the forest, they know the mountains, they know the streams, they know their villages, all the traditional rulers and the like. To what extent is government able to co-opt these people to have a broader security architecture? It is only at that point in time that you can be talking of the type of solution you are looking at. The governors too.
One moment, please, because Mr. George has been in for a while. And thank you very much, Mr. George, for holding on. Please go ahead now.
Thank you. Good morning, Uncle Yori. And my greetings to Dr. Tony and Dr. Adamu.
Good morning, sir.
Uncle Yori, I came in at the point Dr. Adamu was reading out the statistics of security incidents and that occur within a specified period. Truth is that those figures, even though they are fluctuating, whether they are high or they are low, they are very, very embarrassing and intolerable as far as security of our people is concerned. We do not have we do not seem to have an effective solution to this problem. Because when you look at the trend, you will see that the fluctuation is within the same range. That means basically there is no change. In spite of the fact that the president has made changes in the personnel of the security agencies, the previous president did the same thing, but the result appears to be the same. Why is it so? To the best of, I'm not a security expert, the security experts are with you. To the best of my understanding, the Boko Haram insurgents are the ones that transformed to bandits, kidnappers. It's no longer restricted to the north. It's now all over the country. You go to the social media now, Koyori, you see small boys who are bandits flaunting millions of naira they collected from their victims on the social media. They have gained confidence to that extent. It is because there hasn't been an effective way of tackling them. They have become so emboldened that they believe that they can do it and get away with it and nothing will happen to them. For how long is this going to be? For me, I think the security agencies and the security chiefs have taken insecurity in our country to be a business, without which they themselves cannot thrive. That is the bitter truth of this problem. Otherwise, I want to ask Tony, otherwise, why is it that when they kidnap military or policemen or kill military men or policemen, these same security agencies will go after them and get them? That tells me that if they want to get the bandits, if they want to exterminate these boys, they can do it. Why is that aspect of it thriving? And when it affects their own personnel, they will address it. I don't know whether if we say now that the president should bring in foreign people to come and help us out, our same security experts will say no, the consequences are great. But what do we do? I heard when Tony said the president should think out of the box and disregard his advisors. Well, if he does that, even if he brings in outsiders, will they not also interact or work with our security men? The problem is something else. I think we just have to be praying that solution should come from above. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. George, for calling in.